Welcome to Happiness Blanket channel. Subscribe this channel so that you may get our new selection from the world best videos. Now please like, share and comment this video. We are thankful to the video producers for their reuse permission.
At the age of 31, I'm gonna let you guess when that was, I made 3 substantial changes in my life. And collectively, those 3 changes completely altered the way I've aged since then. Change number 1, I became plant-based. Back then, the reason I did this was because of the animal rights. I was getting deep into yoga and becoming quote-unquote vegan was what felt right at this point. These days I prefer to say plant-based for various reasons. You can watch my other videos about views on veganism, but the point is I'm following, since the age of 31, a fully plant-based diet. I consume 0 dairy, 0 animal products altogether, and I remember within weeks some chronic issues I was having completely disappeared. I stopped using microwave, I stopped eating in an unconscious manner, I started being very deliberate about what I put in my mouth. And that paved the way for the second profound change I made in my life, and that is fasting. Many years ago, I was having serious issues if I didn't have my regular 3 meals in a day. So if I went more than a few hours during the day without eating, my sugar levels will fluctuate, I would get irritable, I would really starve. And then slowly I started dipping my toes into the world of fasting. And I tried various different ways of fasting until a few years ago I did a 4-month juice fasting. And that process, that you can actually find several videos in my channel about my experience with that juice fasting, which lasted more than 100 days, completely rewired my brain when it comes to the sensation of hunger. It's hard to believe, but since I did this juice fast, I have never ever felt hungry again. So these days I can easily forget about eating. If it's not convenient, if it doesn't fit my day's schedule, I can easily forget about food. And then when I get the chance to eat again, I can make up the calories that I haven't eaten with 0 problems whatsoever. If you look at the blue zones, the places in the planet that people live the longest, you will see that they naturally fast. They naturally intermittent fast. Sometimes they eat a lot, sometimes they don't eat at all. And the way we experience hunger in the Western world is not actual hunger. The feeling that we get in our stomach is not what signals true hunger. True hunger is felt here. And it's felt several weeks of going without food, of not consuming calories. But it's something that most of the people on this planet haven't really experienced. It's a very rare sensation, and it kicks in way down the line. So the sensation that we feel in the Western world if we skip a meal or if we haven't eaten for a few hours, it's down here. It's not on the neck. Now, the thing I've learned is that hunger, the way that we experience it in the Western world, is purely psychological and emotional. We eat for any other reason other than true hunger. It may be psychological, emotional, boredom, it could be a whole host of various things, but it's not truly physical, biological. Sometimes when the sugars fluctuate, it may have to do with our most previous meal. So if we had something very unhealthy, like something deep fried or whatever, that might affect our sugar levels, which might actually compel us to eat something because our sugar levels have fluctuated. But as long as you're eating a whole foods based diet, there is no such thing as a biological hunger. So anyway, I don't want to complicate things too much. I've made several other videos about fasting, but suffice to say, fasting is now part of my daily life. I intermittent fast every single day, and when in the rare occasions where I'm not feeling that well, I will completely zip my mouth and I will do what's called a hard dry fast. So you can watch a separate video about the benefits of hard dry fast, but it basically speeds up your recovery without using any chemicals or pharmaceuticals or medicines whatsoever. The third profound change I made in my life was the discovery of NoFap, and that is a popularized acronym for what essentially has existed for millennia. If you go back thousands of years into ancient Hindu scriptures, you will see Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is the practice of abstaining from anything sexual. And then fast forward many years, in recent times, almost 100 years ago, self-help guru Napoleon Hill popularized this concept in our recent times with his popular, almost like the first self-help book ever written, Think and Grow Rich. And then in more recent times, authors like Mantak Chia have popularized Eastern practices of preserving and cultivating and even sublimating our sexual energy. And so if I go back many years before I discovered all this, I remember I felt constantly spent. I was always tired, I was always bored, I was always depleted, I couldn't assert myself in social situations, I had anxiety, and my mind wouldn't work, I had mental fog, I just didn't feel good at any point in the day. My only highlight in my day was when I pleasured myself. That's how shallow my existence was, and I wish I had discovered this practice earlier. But ever since I started practicing it, I feel like a different person. My mind works incredibly better. I have way more energy, I have way more discipline, I can get things done, and I am able to lead and make decisions for my life. So there you go. Collectively, those three changes, becoming plant-based, introducing fasting, and NoFap, have completely altered my life and how I age and how I perform in my daily life. It has really improved my well-being, my psychological, emotional, and spiritual balance, and it has pretty much transformed my life. So, if you have any experience about those topics, please put them down below. If you found this video useful, thumbs up or thumbs down. If you haven't done so already, download my free ebook about making substantial change in your life in the space of only a few months, like I did over the last year. My life right now has nothing to do with my life only a year ago, so make sure you download this free ebook. It would only take you a few minutes to read. And yes, subscribe. Add the reminder button next to the subscribe so you don't miss on my new episodes. And I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Bye.